First and foremost, my name is Red Butler. This is the Pretty Left Hook. And you're doing something epic. Obviously, I think it's very interesting to watch you and your brother Nico go on your own respective fighting journeys. The fact that you're jumping into MMA is definitely a new chamber to the legacy. So I want to talk first and foremost about this new path you're forging for the legacy of Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm. What got me into MMA?
What got you into MMA and what made you want to take this path as opposed to boxing?
Yeah, I don't know. I've always been obviously a huge boxing fan since I was 2 years old. I'd say beginning of high school, I started to really get into MMA and just the different styles of fighting because I know boxing is just one style of fighting. So watching MMA, I was like, oh, there's different styles. There's Taekwondo, there's karate, jiu-jitsu, kung fu doesn't work in MMA. Wrestling, kickboxing, So I was really intrigued by the aspect of multiple different disciplines for a fight,
Absolutely. Interestingly, you come from football. So I didn't know you went to Bishop Gorman, which is a Las Vegas powerhouse in football, obviously. And Cal and then UNLV. So did you have aspirations for the NFL?
It's weird. I had a weird relationship with football because I would say I was pretty talented, but I didn't want to go professional with it. Okay. It's kind of a hard to explain kind of concept with my relationship with football, especially I committed to a staff, and before I went to Cal, the staff got fired, so it was kind of I was put into like a political kind of bowl where the staff that's there wants to use their guys and stuff, and it was just a weird relationship. So when I was done with football, I felt really lost, and I didn't know where my life was going to go. I'd go out a lot, drink a lot. I didn't like the way my lifestyle was going. When I started training MMA, it gave me, it just made me feel like more positive with where my life can go. So it's helped me a lot. And I know I haven't fought yet, but still, like for what it's done so far, it's helped me a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Were you in Las Vegas just for UNLV, or have you lived in Las Vegas before then?
I lived in Las Vegas before then.
Okay.
So after I was there for high school, and then I moved to Berkeley for about 2 years, and then I moved back to Vegas because Tony Sanchez, who was Bishop Gorman's old coach, my coach sophomore year of high school, he was the head coach at UNLV for the football team. So I thought, if I'm going to have to play football, because I always felt like I had to play it. I didn't want to, but I had to because I was on scholarship and other things. But if I had to, I would rather play at home with Tony, someone who already knows me,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So how did you get into MMA? Did you train in the off season, or how did you get into
it? Playing football, I always boxed in the off season. And it was with my brother's coach at the time. We call him Giff. I would hit mitts with Giff usually on the off season. He's one of our coaches at
Jimmy
right now. Yes,
that's my boy, man.
Yeah, that's the man right there.
Yeah.
So that was Nico's old boxing coach when Nico first started out in the amateurs and stuff.
Okay.
So and he's a terrific MMA striking coach too. So I would work with him in the off season while I played football. But when I was done playing football, that's when I went to Extreme and started taking the classes and kickboxing, wrestling classes, and just wanted to stay in shape because if I'm an athlete, I like to compete and stay in shape. I don't want to get 300 pounds when I'm done playing football.
Absolutely. Now, Extreme Couture, man, obviously a legendary gym. Rest in peace to Tim Lane. That was a good friend of mine. He's an amazing man. That was crazy.
For sure.
Talk about, in that gym are straight killers. You're talking Randy. You're talking even Ray Sefo, from what he did back in the day. Everybody in there is about the life of MMA. What have you learned being there? Ron Frazier, like all these guys. What have you learned being in there, and how has this enriched your journey into mixed martial arts?
Well, you can't soar with the eagles if you hang with pigeons. So I do like to surround myself with guys who are great and they're in that field. Guys like Mads Burnell has helped me a lot with MMA, and sparring with him was quite the rush because we went 5 minute rounds. But it's guys like him that I like to surround myself with because you feed off their type of energy, and I'm just grateful and thankful that that I somehow came across that gym and that I'm at that gym. So
Absolutely. Now, most people are going to think that you're going to be more of a striker just by virtue of your lineage. How are you on the ground
for sure,
wrestling? What is your jits looking like? Like, how's that looking for you?
it's good. Before I got my first amateur fight, I wanted to get a NAGA tournament, the North American Grappling Association. I wanted to get one of those competitions in. So, and early February 4th, I think, I joined the NAGA and I got one-on-one on the tournament. The first match I got disqualified because I didn't know that you can't slam the guy in close guard. So the second match, I submitted him with a triangle. But I did like to focus on jiu-jitsu and wrestling so that I can strike,
Absolutely. I got to ask you about, you and your brother. He's making a big name for himself, Nico Ali, in boxing, and now
Sure.
you're starting off in MMA. What do you guys talk about? Is there competitiveness now? I'm going to do this in boxing. I'm going to do this in MMA. How are you guys? What kind of conversations do you guys have now as brothers, both going on these journeys?
Me and Nico, we're so close and we're so very supportive of each other. We watch boxing fights together and UFC MMA fights together. We just we love to watch a fight. If there was two turtles fighting on TV, me and Nico would watch it and we'd talk about it.
I think that's on TikTok, by the way. Go to TikTok. They go over there.
Yeah.
Turtles is getting it in.
Probably make weird noises and stuff.
I'm about to say a Master Splinter joke. We can do this back and forth.
Master Splinter. Now that's a real ninja. Like that's a real sensei right there.
Facts, man. That's awesome. So what was it like when you knew he was about to go pro as a boxer? I mean, and just watching the way he's been growing as a boxer, how involved are you in just his career and his training? Do you guys train together? Like, how does that work?
As far as training, Nico does his own thing. I do my own thing. He's one thing that I do want to do though is I do want to start going to the boxing gym and do more boxing stuff. But yeah, it's very inspirational to see him crescendo. He started boxing when he was 15 years old, and just seeing what he's gone through and what he's gone to where he's at now and in the future too. Just it's very it's good to see. It's dope to see. As an older brother, it's awesome to see. It's very inspirational. Seeing him work hard makes me want to work hard too.
Right.
It's just a beautiful thing to see. The way he carries himself as well. Because I know the pressure thing is I was introduced to it a little bit earlier just because of what I was doing in high school football. But to see the way he's handling the pressure and stuff, it's just great.
Nice. Now, obviously, you're making your amateur debut, Rumble Under the Rims against Devin Rothwell. So how does it feel, man, just knowing that you're going to start this career? Do you have a certain number in mind in terms of how many amateurs you want to do? Do you want to go pro? Like, what is the trajectory of this for you?
I do eventually want to go pro. Going into my debut amateur fight, I'm obviously nervous. Every fight I have ever, I'm gonna be nervous. But I'm also excited and I'm confident. I know my abilities. Yeah, my goal with MMA is I just want to go somewhere. I just want to make a name for myself. I want to be a champion somewhere. I don't care if it's Bellator, LFA, ONE, PFL. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to be a champion and have a belt and make a name for myself. I just want to keep the tradition of fighting in my family. And I don't know how many amateur fights I'm going to have, but I trust my coaches more than I do myself. So whatever they say, I'm going to listen.
Absolutely. And what's your weight class?
Right now I'm fighting at 170, so it would be like welter right now. But when I go pro, I'm going to probably be fighting at 55.
Oh, Conor McGregor in your future, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's like the Tony Ferguson,
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje,
Right.
Charles Oliveira weight class. Yeah.
Nice. I gotta ask you, how does mom feel knowing that she has two different styles of fighters under one roof, so to speak?
Nervous as any mom would be. You know, even my dad's like, you guys are trying to kill us. So yeah, they're nervous for sure. They were nervous when I was playing football, but this is a little bit more brutal.
And are you still? I know you do modeling too. Are you still modeling as well?
Not really. I mean, the last shoot I got was in 2020.
Okay.
So, I mean, when it comes to that world, it's very rare. But something comes up, you know, I'll see how it works with my training and schedules. I'm still in school right now, and yeah, it comes, it doesn't.
Okay, cool. Who's your favorite MMA fighter?
Mm-hmm. Right now, I would say I got two.
Okay. Call back. This thing was messing up real bad. Oh, there he goes. There you go.
I don't know what happened. I think it just kicked us out.
Yeah, you got two.
To your question, yeah, I got two.
Okay.
Oh God.
I can still hear you.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got two. It's Israel Adesanya and Piotr Jan. Those are my two favorite fighters right now. Okay. They're really, really good. I study Izzy all the time. I love the way he feints.
Yeah.
Gives him answers and he capitalizes off. He's a very, very smart fighter with a really good fight IQ. So I like to replicate that.
Absolutely. I gotta ask, have you gotten any advice from your aunt Layla Ali on the fight business, just traversing the navigating the scene? Any advice?
No, I haven't. Not really. Her husband, Chris, he was my mentor when it came to football because obviously he played in the NFL and broadcasted for ESPN and stuff. He was like a mentor for football, but I'm not playing football anymore. I haven't really gotten that much advice from Layla now.
You feel like people are going to automatically start coming for you because of the Ali name, that this is a way for them to try to think they're going to get some kind of brownie points off your legacy?
Yeah, 100%. But knowing that makes me just want to work harder.
Nice.
You know, so I like to channel that type of energy to benefit me, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because there is that pressure, you know? I'm going to always have that pressure. If I played tennis, I'd still have pressure.
He's going to punch me while hitting the ball.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And I know you have a butterfly tattoo on your left arm, I believe, and a bee tattoo on your right arm. Obviously, you like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So obviously, man, the big question, what does your grandfather's legacy mean to you?
My grandfather's legacy means everything to me. It's growing up, that was the one person I looked up to that was like a superhero. He was my grandpa. So it just means everything to me. You know, I just want to keep the spirit of fighting in this family. And I don't care if it's if my kids want to do it and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be one of those, like, eventually when I have kids, I'm not gonna be one of those guys that's like, you gotta fight to keep it in the family. Like, this is my job. This is what I choose to do. This is what I want to do. You know, so I want to be able to keep it in the family right now.
Absolutely, man.
If it keeps going, it keeps going. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
It's a beautiful thing to watch, man. You guys are inspiring. This is awesome. Just and the fact that you guys are having fun is the
Thank
main
you.
thing
Thank you.
that's pretty awesome to watch. So congrats on your journey, man.
I
Good luck
appreciate it.
tomorrow. And thanks for the time, man. This is dope. Looking forward to hearing your
Thank
name
you.
more in the future, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Be safe.
All right, I will.
Thanks, man. Take care.
All right, talk to you later.